Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. The 2022 politics in this country is taking shape, and it's turning out to be a two-horse race between the Deputy President Dr. William Ruto and Raila Odinga. I'm saying so because ANC party was actually swallowed yesterday by the UDA party. I don't even think that if Musalia Mudavadi were to insist and go up to the ballot, I doubt whether he will have any impact. And the fact that Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula, they camped from One Kenya Lands movement, I also don't see any possibility of Kalonzo Musyoka making a serious impact and Gideon Moi, even if they were to go to the ballot. Raila Odinga was in Murang'a County yesterday. He is organizing his campaigns. The Deputy President managed to win Musalia Mudavadi to his side. And yesterday was a busy day for the Deputy President. He was receiving defectors after defectors to his party. As a matter of fact, one of the things the Deputy President had actually intended to do was to engineer mass exodus from Jubilee Party to UDA Party. I think this is the phase where he's actually doing that. And the same yesterday, the Deputy President made an appointment. He appointed Hussein Mohamed, a highly respected, a highly regarded journalist in this country, to head his campaigns. And that appointment by the Deputy President, Dr. William Ruto, in my view, is actually significant politically speaking. It is significant because of two main reasons. I'm saying that appointment is actually significant because of two main reasons. Number one, the Denis Itumbi factor. Where will Denis Itumbi go to? One question which Kenyans are asking is why would the Deputy President go ahead and appoint Hussein Mohamed when the entire country had believed that Denis Itumbi was actually the head of his communications? And the other question Kenyans are asking, why couldn't this appointment wait? Because we all know that Denis Itumbi was abducted. He's still recovering. And he announced that on next month, I think on the 13th or 12th, he will organize a major event somewhere in Murang'a. Why couldn't it wait? So the Denis Itumbi factor is not going to disappear. It's going to linger in this particular appointment of Hussein Mohamed. The second question is, why go for Hussein Mohamed? Because Hussein Mohamed is known as a person who used to ask the Deputy President very, very tough questions during interviews. Why go for him? So in this video today, I want us to go into the details why probably the Deputy President settled on Hussein Mohamed. But before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, I want you to take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue to thank you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Now, let us get back to business. Why Hussein Mohamed? And why was that appointment made? Hussein Mohamed made his name as one of top news anchors in this country. When it comes to interviews, I don't think there's any other person who beats Hussein Mohamed. So in my view, his appointment to the Deputy President is actually going to add value to the Deputy President. But why do you think the Deputy President went for Hussein Mohamed? For you to understand that, you need to go back and understand the kind of people Raila Odinga appointed to head his campaigns. Raila Odinga appointed Nderitu Muredi as the head of his campaigns. And he also appointed a highly qualified lady to head his communications. Actually, the one who is heading the entire campaign and the one who is supposed to communicate on behalf of Azimio. But why do you think William Ruto went for Hussein Mohamed? In my view, the appointment of Hussein Mohamed by the Deputy President is informed by the following reasons. Number one, is Hussein Mohammed's credibility. One of the questions which has been coming over and over again is about the credibility of the people around William Samoei Arap Ruto. The credibility. Hussein Mohammed being appointed to head communications is highly qualified. And apart from that, he's credible. So William Ruto can say that his head of communications for his campaign is actually a credible person. We know I know it's that time of the year for politics. But you can't question Hussein Mohammed's credibility. William Ruto has appointed Hussein Mohammed because people were questioning the credibility of his team, the people who are being associated with William Ruto. For example, if Itumbi were to be appointed to this position, how do you think Kenyans would have reacted? Kenyans would have just viewed the deputy president as someone who goes for anybody. But Itumbi is also very good at his work. I always give him credit for that. But when it comes to credibility, you can't compare the credibility of Hussein Mohammed and those of Denis Itumbi. So the credibility factor was number one. Number two, I think the deputy president is also trying to rebrand. Look at the politicians around the DP. Name them. Most of them have questionable characters. But William Ruto started rebranding when he introduced the bottoms-up approach. Because by that time, he had this hustler narrative. And Kenyans started questioning what hustler narrative meant. And to try to explain, he crafted a team of professionals who came up with this bottoms-up approach. So today in this country, William Ruto goes outside there and promotes the the bottoms-up approach. Then from there, the deputy president has also been rebranding purely from Jubilee to UDA, so that UDA is yellow, and that yellow is visible to an extent that today, if there's a football match between two teams and one is donning yellow, you just assume, if you're a visitor there watching, that the other one is sponsored by the other one is sponsored by URP. By UDA. So the truth is, Ruto is rebranding. He's also now trying to rebrand the team he's going to work with. Because there are people who wants to join Ruto, but they can't join because of the people associated with the Deputy President, Dr. William Samoei Arap Ruto. So he's trying to rebrand. Number three, I think it also has to do with Denis Itumbi mistakes. Denis Itumbi is good at his work. But what is his work? Denis Itumbi's main work is propaganda, which is very good at. We have seen so many instances where Denis Itumbi has actually shared fake photos. I think even last week, but one. There was a time he shared photo of Rachel Ruto donating some maize in some Turkana. Kenyans were quick to point out that that was not true, that photo was actually 2 years ago. He's always very quick to make mistakes. Denis Itumbi is also coming out as combative, which is not good when you now want to manage yourself. Like if Hussein Mohammed, with his connections, were to appear for DP as his spokesperson or as his head of communications, there are people who will listen to him compared to if that person was Denis Itumbi. So I think Denis Itumbi punched higher than his level. And by doing that, he committed several mistakes. So Denis Itumbi is actually being edged out because the kind of politics Itumbi was doing, I think, is now over. At some point, even the kind of messaging in UDA rallies started changing. They were appearing as so angry. Everybody speaking on behalf of UDA was so angry. So that has started changing. So I tend to think that Itumbi committed some mistakes, and those mistakes is why they have decided to go for Hussein Mohammed. Number 4, and this is also very important, is media relations. For you to succeed in media, you must have someone who can relate with the media. That's where Hussein Mohammed comes in. William Ruto has sat down and has figured out that the media in Kenya are likely to be against him. That media houses and their owners are likely to favor Raila Odinga. So we need someone within the media who can help him. And this is where Hussein Mohammed comes in. I'm sure reporters Hussein Mohammed worked with previously can easily relate with Hussein Mohammed. He can pick a phone call, call someone, a reporter in Kisumu, to give him brief. He can pick his phone, call a reporter in Nairobi. If, for example, they are relaying some information and not coming out the way they want, then Hussein Mohammed has people in the newsroom he can call. So that media relations is very key in all this. And if you ask me, that's very important. And that's the role he's going to play for the Deputy President, Dr. William Ruto. And lastly, I think the Deputy President is smart. He's looking at how he could avoid tough questions. So you go for the guy who is asking those questions. Who was asking William Ruto tough questions? Hussein Mohammed is now out. And because it's politics, and he was good at that, it means these media houses would go for him. So you get him first. So that you get him off there. He can't ask questions. He can't ask you questions. So basically, the Deputy President is avoiding a situation where someone as tough as Hussein Mohammed asks him tough questions. And it's not only that. If you study William Ruto's politics, there is something which he has consistently succeeded in doing. Those difficult people who didn't have time for him, he has managed to convince them. I can mention even 20 if you want. I want to mention 5, then you continue. Eliud Owalo. Eliud Owalo was responsible for exposing and repossessing of Langata Road land, Langata Road Primary School land. Today, Owalo is right inside William Ruto's camp. There's my friend Hassan Omar. Had no time for Ruto. What has happened? He's today the face of the hustler nation in Mombasa. You go to Machakos. There is Johnson Muthama. Is there anything Johnson Muthama never said or has never said about Ruto? Today is the chairperson of UDA. So you eliminate those difficult guys by bringing them on board. That's exactly what the Deputy President has done. You go to Western, Boni Alwale. Boni Alwale was a sworn enemy of the Deputy President. Today he sings his praises. So basically what the DP is doing is trying to deal with these issues in a very strategic way. But the truth is, the appointment of Hussein Mohammed is to deal with the issues on questions about William Ruto's credibility, people around him. Denis Itumbi's mistakes. How are they going to relate with the media? He wants to avoid tough questions, and it's part of his rebranding. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day.